This is an explanation of exercise 2.4, which is the 1-4-5-1 progression. You can find it on page 14 of the text, so you can follow along with me as you're doing this. So what we're doing is we're combining the parts of the two progressions that we just did. We're working in D major today to start with, because that's where it is in the textbook. So we're looking at our 1 chord, which would be D major, and then our 4 chord, which would be G major, and then our 5 chord. Now the fun of this is that this constitutes the 3 chords that you really need to do almost any song you might imagine in your life. You know, In the Jungle, I Can't Help Falling in Love with You, almost any of the popular songs are really driven by this 1-4-5-1 progression. So learning this gives you almost everything you need. Okay, so here we go. Left hand, as always, is going to play the root of each chord, but we're going to do it just a little bit more fun this time. So 1, 4, 5, 1, so that we get to use all of the, you know, at least an octave span here and get an interesting progression. And then we're going to start by putting the D, the tonic, in the soprano line in our 5th finger, which means that we have D, A, F sharp. So this is our first chord, our first one. Now we need to move to the 4. And our goal, as always, is to move as closely as possible to find the closest thing that we can. So all that's going to happen is that this guy's going to stay the same. These two guys are each going to move up. Now we have our G chord for our 4 chord. Now we need to move to our 5 chord. This one's a little trickier, so at least 2 of these can move pretty smoothly. So that we have the A and the C sharp of our 5 chord. But then what we need to do is find that E, which means that this thumb is going to fly all the way down here. So that's our 5 chord. And then back to our 1 chord. So it looks like this. How that looks. Okay, now we're going to invert the right hand. So now A, D, F sharp. So it looks like that. Now we're going to find our 4 chord, which means we need G, D, B, G, B, D. That's going to stay, but we're going to play it with that finger. So there we go. So that's that. And then we got to find our 5 chord, which again is going to require a little bit more skipping than usual. Almost always it's from the G to the E. So it gets to be root position A chord there. And then back to our 1 chord. So that one looks like this. Okay, and one more time we're going to flop it. So that's our 1 chord. Our 4 chord, G, is super easy this time, so these guys just move, that guy stays. And then for our 5 chord, the D goes down to the C sharp, the G hops down to the E, the B goes down to the A. So that's our 5 chord. So there you go, looks like this. So that's it in major. Let's look at all 3 progressions back to back. And that's it. Now we got to do this in minor too. So let's think about this. If we go to D minor, the 1 chord is going to have to switch to minor. So what was our sharp becomes an F natural. Our 4 chord also needs to be minor. So we go to a B flat there. But our 5 chord always gets altered to be major. So that still is going to be a major 5. To our minor 1. So the notes and the progression are the same. You just got to think about these are our 1 and our 4s are going to be minor, and our 5 is going to stay major. So look there. And then major for the 5, and then minor for the 1 again. And then the last one, we start like that. We're going to make sure to do a B flat, a minor 4 chord, and then a major 5 chord, and then back to a minor 1. So this looks like this. And that's how this particular exercise works. There'll be some other videos that'll demonstrate it going all the way around the circle of fifths.